Okay, let's talk about something we all do, probably without even thinking about it, drinking water straight from the tap. But what if I told you that the water coming out of your faucet might not be as pure as you believe? We're going to break down what it really takes to purify your water at home.
I mean, it's a simple act, isn't it? You turn the handle, fill your glass, and drink up. You trust it. After all, it's treated by the city, it gets tested, so it's got to be safe. But is safe really the full picture?
Well, here's the reality. Your local water treatment plant does a fantastic job of tackling the big, obvious threats. But it doesn't catch everything. There's a whole world of tiny contaminants that can sneak right through, and they can affect everything from the way your water tastes and smells to your health in the long run. So, what are these invisible guests floating around in your glass? Let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the unseen stuff that could be in your water right this very second. According to the source material, these contaminants fall into a few main buckets. You've got your microscopic stuff, bacteria and parasites. Then there are the chemical leftovers, things like chlorine from the treatment process itself, or industrial chemicals. You can also have physical pollutants like heavy metals from old pipes or even microplastics. And of course, there are dissolved minerals that cause that pesky hard water and scale. But there's one last category that most people never even think about: toxic gases. Let's zero in on one you've probably heard about: PFAS. They're nicknamed forever chemicals for a reason. They just don't break down easily. These are man-made chemicals that have been linked to some pretty serious health problems, and they are notoriously hard to get rid of. And then there's the issue of heavy metals. This is often a problem of aging infrastructure. Think about it. If you have old lead pipes in your home or city, tiny particles can literally flake off and end up in your drinking water. This isn't just some far-off possibility. It's a very real risk with some serious long-term consequences. Okay, so that's the problem. It sounds a little scary, I know, but the good news is we have the technology to fight back. So let's get into the solutions and explore the different tools you can use to protect your water. The guide we're looking at really focuses on three main players in the home water purification game. You've got reverse osmosis, usually called RO. Then there are activated carbon filters, which you've definitely seen before. And finally, ultraviolet, or UV purification. And believe me, each one has a totally different approach to getting the job done. So, which one is the champion, the best of the best? Well, it's not quite that simple. To figure it out, we've got to put them head to head and really look at the pros and cons of each system. First up is reverse osmosis. Now, the biggest pro for RO is that it is incredibly thorough. It's like the powerhouse of filtration, knocking out almost everything from bacteria and viruses to those nasty PFAS. But, and this is a big but, that power comes at a cost. These systems can waste a lot of water, they strip out everything, including good minerals like calcium, and they need electricity to run. All right, next is activated carbon. This is the tech inside most of those water filter pitchers you see everywhere. It's fantastic at making your water taste and smell better because it's great at grabbing things like chlorine. Plus, it's super efficient. No wasted water, no electricity needed. The major downside, though, is knowing what it doesn't do. It won't touch bacteria, viruses, or heavy metals. And our final contender is UV purification. Now, this one is interesting because it's not really a filter at all. It's more like a sterilizer. It uses a powerful UV light to zap microorganisms like bacteria and viruses, making them harmless. It's totally chemical-free and pretty low maintenance. The catch? It's a specialist. It does one job really well, but it won't do a thing to remove chemicals, heavy metals, or any physical sediment. So at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, I'll just combine a couple of them to get the best of all worlds. And that's a smart thought. But the source points out a really crucial blind spot, one that all three of these popular methods share. And that blind spot is toxic gases. Yeah, things like radon or hydrogen sulfide can actually be dissolved in your water. And get this, none of these top-tier technologies, not RO, not carbon, not UV, are designed to get rid of them. It's a hidden danger that most standard purification systems just completely miss. So, with all this info, I know it can feel a bit overwhelming. But this isn't about getting confused. It's about making an empowered choice. Let's walk through the practical steps you can take to figure out the absolute best solution for your own home. It really boils down to these 5 key things. Step 1, and this is the most important, test your water. You can't fix a problem if you don't know what it is. Second, always look for official certifications to make sure the product actually does what it claims. Third, figure out what you need. Are you trying to treat all the water in your house or just the water you drink? Fourth, now that you know the technologies, you can match the filter's strengths to your water's specific problems. And last but not least, think about the long haul. Factor in the cost of replacement filters and any electricity it might use. At the end of the day, making sure your water is clean is a direct investment in your own health. Taking the time to understand what's actually in your tap and how to best treat it is one of the most powerful things you can do. It really leaves you with a big question. If water is the absolute foundation of our health, what is truly clean water worth to you?